Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome back out there. If you are a Pisces sun, moon, rising, or north node, this is your tarot reading for the upcoming month of February of 2025. And in case any of you are interested, I will be using my Osho Zen tarot deck. I usually only save these for my personal readings, but something in me was saying, hey, we're officially the new year. Let's change things up a bit. Let's share the love. Spread that. Heck yeah. So, without further ado, let's see what Pisces has in store for February of 2025. So before I get into the cards, something I love about this deck is each card has its own like buzzword. So rather than saying, "Oh, this is the Two of Wands," for example, it has possibilities. You can see here. And again, I love the symbolism of this deck so much. You can't really tell in the video, but there's like a slight reverb, I guess would be the word. It's not the one I'm looking for, but so you can tell that the bird is flying in this. But with that said, the first card to come out was number 11, which is breakthrough in this deck. That's justice in the Rider Waite. Then again, Two of Wands. The Seven of Pentacles, which is rainbows in this deck, and that's patience. We had the Page of Wands reverse, and that's playfulness. And then at the bottom of the deck, the Eight of Swords, guilt, which is very interesting, especially with breakthrough, again, justice, and the Two of Wands coming out almost immediately together. They didn't come out together, but they came out like back to back. Um, and that it almost tells us like a very clear story. But it's interesting because the way the spread is laid out, the story is being told rather than left to right, from right to left, which I'm pretty sure that's how they read in, oh, some Asian countries read right to left instead. I can't think of who exactly it is, but that could be relevant to some of you, perhaps. But it's almost like you're starting at the end and then going backwards. Huh. And starting with breakthrough with justice and the Two of Wands. There's something that has come to a close, some sort of like karmic cycle has come to an end. And because of that, you have either reaped the consequences of that cycle or you are now reaping the rewards. But either way, you are at the opportunity where you can move past that cycle and start anew and really look out into the horizon to see what is available for you now. Because this karmic cycle has helped you gain some sort of clarity. I was going to say on a situation, but on people. People is like there's something with the cycle has to do with people. It's not just about you. It's not just about you. So whether it was a friendship or a relationship or like partnership or whatever it may be, this cycle has come to a close. And maybe it came to a close a couple months ago, but now you're finally like you've dealt with the consequences of that and you put it to rest. And now you're at this place where you can truly see what is available to you beyond, like what's next, like what's next kind of deal. And it's really beautiful because I think especially with the seven of pentacles, it's something that you have been working towards. So if this is a karmic cycle that you may have been in the wrong, you have been doing the work. Like we see that with the seven of pentacles. You have been doing the work to repent. However that looks for you. You've been doing the work to grow as a person. You've been doing the work to come back to yourself and and either offer forgiveness, but again, I feel like you're not in the position that where you need to be giving forgiveness. You are in the position where you need to be forgiven, but ultimately you're forgiving yourself with that. And that's where that patience comes in. I think at the beginning of this cycle, at the beginning of all of this, wherever this started for you, you were being very hard on yourself. And maybe you treated the other party that's involved in this very poorly. You know, that can look many different ways, but you be in response to that, you just like hammered down on yourself. Was it Pisces reading? last month about forgiveness and forgiving yourself. I don't remember if it was Pisces, but this seems to be a theme. Also, I got a new fidget ring, so if you see me doing that, it's so cute. Look at it. I love it. And then that spins, and it has a little bumblebee at the bottom. So cute, right? I'm obsessed with it. Anyway, and also as I'm talking about cycles, my ammonite ring too. I've had that for years. I love it. Off topic. Something, and well, that's funny because it's kind of on topic for what I'm going towards next, but you have done the work to recognize your faults in the situation, to recognize where you were in the wrong, how you have hurt others. And because of that, you are helping to be a catalyst of your own karma. So you're not just like bearing the weight of the perceivably negative karma because again, I don't think there's nothing really negative. It's just a cycle, it's a part of life. It's like the whole life and death and transformation thing, but for lack of a better term, the perceivably negative consequences of your actions have brought you to this overwhelming clarity, this self-awareness, Congratulations, Pisces, because you guys are you're usually aware of every single thing, but you don't want to be aware of yourself. You never want to be in your body, but you are now being invited to come back into yourself. And I think you are allowing yourself or have already allowed yourself to face the discomfort of sitting with the guilt. Going back to this one, sitting with the guilt of your actions, sitting with the consequences of your actions, sitting with all of those icky feelings of recognizing, like, oh, I did this. Like, I can't point my finger anywhere else. This was me. And because of that, the world is now opening up to you and you're starting to see new opportunities. You're not quite ready to take that leap towards that newness, but you're on the precipice. Like, and I like how I said it's starting from the end and going backwards because that's kind of what it is. It's like the end of one story is the start of a new one. The end of one journey is the start of a new one. And right now you are at the end where you have officially learned and are actually integrating the lessons that you've learned. And now you're able to see. It's like the end credit scene where the people are just looking out into the horizon, into the sunset, walking away from the camera onto whatever's next. You are in that transformation, but you're not quite ready to take that leap yet. But you are at the point where you are seeing, oh, I'm not going to be weighed down by these consequences, by this negative karma for much longer. And the only reason I'm not going to be weighed down anymore, it's not like I have tricked karma and maneuvered around it. No, I went through it. You told yourself the only way out of this is through this. And you actually went through. Again, you did the work. And again, with the cycles, I just realized the moon cycle on this card. And I just love the symbolism here too. But you did the work, you waited it out, you had patience with yourself. You had patience with yourself, and you're recognizing that, like, yes, I'm still in the soup right now. I'm not quite out of it, but I have done most of the hard work. I have done most of the inner work that I needed to do. And even if I never get the forgiveness from this person or this group or these people that I did hurt and harm, that's okay because I can forgive myself. I'm strong enough to forgive myself for the actions that I put onto others. And because you're able to forgive yourself, you are able to move forward. But with that said, with these two, with guilt and the page, the page of wands reverse, there's still and that's why you're not quite ready to take that leap yet, is because of these two cards. There's still an aspect of you that is stoic, that's not allowing yourself to lean into the playful nature of the Page of Wands. And the pages are all messengers. And with the Page of Wands, it's a messenger of not only of learning how to lean into your intuition, but also not taking everything so seriously. And I think you've been in this cycle for the last couple months since whatever this event happened as you were moving through your own healing. You've been in this cycle of like, oh, I can't do that. I can't have fun. I can't loosen up because then that means if like you feel like you're undeserving of it, because you think you have to suffer due to your actions, due to, what you have done to others. That's not the case. That's not the case. And with the Page of Wands coming out reversed, it's like this playfulness is available to you. The sense of fun and joy and growth and expansion through play is available to you. And it's just part of forgiving yourself is allowing yourself to experience that simplistic joy again. It's leaning into that inner child and saying, yes, I did wrong, but part of growth is recognizing that wrong and allowing myself the opportunity to have fun again, to be full again, to experience humanity and expression in its fullest capacity. And that's not just being serious about your healing and your growth and your journey, but it's about offering in play, because play is a crucial part of the healing cycle. So again, you're still working through that self-forgiveness, and that's highlighted there, and with the Eight of Swords, or Eight of Swords upright on the bottom of the deck. And when it's on the bottom of the deck, it's an underlying energy. So this is something that might not be like immediately or like consciously in the know, I guess. But it's an energy that is underlying right now. So this is an energy that's almost guiding you. And as you can see, it's still guilt. It's still like she's losing her mind right now. And the Eight of Swords is that self-imposed prison. I've spoken about it before in my other readings. The Eight of Swords is that self-imposed prison. So this is the underlying feeling that's guiding you and may have been guiding you through your healing thus far. And it's a good thing you're watching this, because when it's underlying, it's not a conscious like thing that you're aware of. But you listening to this right now is bringing it to your conscious awareness. It's bringing it to the forefront to say, hey, this is what's been guiding you. And although you have made it thus far being subconsciously guided by guilt, this guilt will not get you closer to play. So it's time to lean out of this and start leaning more towards that playful aspect, that playful nature, and really allow yourself to tap in. Stop blocking yourself from play. Stop thinking you deserve to only suffer and to only feel guilty. Start leaning into that and feeling the guilt of that, because once you actually feel your feelings, they disappear, they go into the ether, like they're gone. It's just they're waiting for you to feel them. But if this is so unconscious, you might not even know you're feeling this, but it has been guiding you. So feel the guilt, feel all of the icky, gross feelings of being the one that did cause harm to others, and allow yourself to play. Allow yourself the opportunity to play. Because you do deserve it. You do deserve it. No human being on earth is beyond. This is going to sound so religious, and I don't mean it like that, but no human being is beyond repentance. No human being is beyond forgiveness. But all of that starts within us. It starts internally. If we're sitting here and feeling guilty because of what we did to others, and we think we need that forgiveness from the other in order to change, we're just not doing the inner work we need to be doing. We're lying to ourselves ultimately. So, Pisces, it's time to start being honest with yourself and recognizing that I do deserve to play. I've done the inner work, I've done the healing, I've done everything I need to do, except these last little bits. Except these last little bits. That's really interesting. I went to pick up the deck, and the very card on the bottom of the deck slid out. Suppression. Ten of Wands. As I'm talking about underlying, as I'm talking about you like not allowing yourself to feel it. So that's just emphasis here. And the Ten of Wands is all about carrying a burden, like carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It's time to release that, Pisces. It's time to release that. And this is really interesting too, the way the spread laid out. So we have the seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and Justice slash Breakthrough on the right side of the deck, or on the right side of the spread. And then we have the Page of Wands reverse, the Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Swords on the left side. So it's almost like a battle between your logic, your logical mind that wants you to suffer, and the right brain. The reception, the play, it's laid out right here. So it's important you find a way to merge those sides of your brain. And an easy way to do that, I use yoga as an example. If you do practice yoga, there are certain, like, sometimes you have to put your hands above your head like that. A really easy way to activate the other side of your brain instead of the same one over and over again, switch your grip. It's the simplest thing you can do, but it activates different neurons that help spark that other side that's not used to being sparked. And I think right now, this left side of your brain is operating unconsciously, but that unconscious is still so big. It holds so much weight in your life right now, because it's not used to being consciously activated. So in the little ways you can, whether it is switching your grip, or even just change it, like if you go on walks or runs every day, change your route. Go towards the unknown to allow yourself the opportunity to receive anew. It's these little tiny things you can do every day. Maybe try eating with your left hand if you usually eat with your right. Maybe it'll be difficult, but it's because you're activating those other sides of your brain. And as you work to make the unconscious more conscious, you are healing those parts of yourself that feels like you need to stay stuck in this guilt. And that feels like you need to suppress all of these icky, disgusting feelings that you may be feeling. That was a very strong word, disgusting. But it only comes out because it's likely something that some of you are feeling. So, whew. All right, let's see what other cards want to come out here. This spread is just like the healing journey, Pisces. The healing journey. And it shows, again, there's a reason this is the Two of Wands and not the Three. Because the two is looking at the possibilities in front of you and weighing your options and seeing what's available, where the three is like, all right, I'm going. Like, I'm stepping out into this new realm of possibility. Two is the observation of those possibilities. And again, it's because you're at the end credits, you're not quite at like the start of the new movie, the start of the new book, the start of the new story, because there's still underlying things you need to deal with. So with that said, all of these fell out one on top of another. So we had the Empress, which is creativity in this deck. And then under the Empress, we have, what's that one? Right, is Knight of Swords, fighting. And then under that one, we have the Five of Pentacles. And this one is the outsider, as you can see, he's trapped out. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords reverse, which is burden. And I like that the burden is now reversed, because while we had the burden with the upright Ten of Wands, now there's a reversal with this burden. There's a reversal, which means you're slowly coming back to yourself and releasing that burden, which I think is beautiful. And again, it's just like the healing journey. What's happening here? Okay. That's funny. So I went to push the deck over, and courage was peeking out from the bottom, which is strength. I felt like it was important to note. Oh no, we're doing Pisces. In my head, I was like, wait, is this Leo's reading? Whew! Gotta keep it interesting. And the Queen of Swords was under courage. So there's so many mental things going on right now. And the only suits that have come out in this deck or in the spread were Pentacles and Swords. The physical world and the mind. Oh no, and Wands, duh. But Wands is also the physical possession almost, physical material world, and like physical experience world is the Wands. Anyway. Oh, this has gone by so quickly. Okay, let me roll through this. So with creativity, the Empress, the Knight of Wands, and then the Five of Pentacles. Like I said, it really is about the healing journey here, because if you lean into that act of creation, and creativity go hand in hand with play. Creativity go hand in hand with play. So the more you are able to create, whether it's writing or just doodling or painting or singing or dancing, using your body as a method to be a co-creator of reality, to become the creator. And you don't even have to consider yourself an artist, okay? You can make what you think is the most god awful painting in the world, but it's the act of creation that matters. It could be a stick figure family. It's the act of creation that matters. I just broke my fidget ring. I think I can pin it back in there. But that's how serious I am. It's the act of creation that matters. The more you are able to lean into that creativity, the more you're able to heal those subtle energy bodies within you. The more you are able to tap into that subconscious that subconscious self that feels the guilt. And again, especially for those feelings that are unconscious, creativity is going to help you excavate them from the depths of your being. I'm so sad about this. I've literally only had this for like, it was cheap though. It was like $15, but I love it so much. All right, whatever. Anyway, I take it also. I'm not distracted by it anymore. Um, and so with that creativity coming out with both the Knight of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, this creativity will help you heal those sides of yourself that feel like you are still in constant battle. that make you feel like you just have to just fight against yourself over and over again, that makes you feel like you have to stay on the outside of your own healing. This creativity is helping you heal these sides of yourself that feel like a burden, that feel like, I'm not deserving of this play. It's giving you the inner strength and the courage to really look at yourself and find mental clarity through all of the fog that is still telling you, no, you can't, no, you can't, not yet, not yet, not yet. And it's like, that's what's interesting, is that you are so close to that new beginning, and it's your mind. It's like these unconscious things that are buried so deep within you that are holding you back from stepping into the new. But you have the ability to heal it. Like, these three cards at the beginning wouldn't have come out first if this wasn't what's on like the precipice of what you can expect moving forward. You are the ultimate creator of your reality, and it's time to let go of the guilt. You holding on to this guilt is just like preventing you from stepping forward in this cycle. And I said this in another reading last month, and it might have been Pisces. I think it was Pisces, now that I think about it. But the more you the more you perpetuate this feeling of like, oh no, I can't do that. I haven't healed enough. I can't do that. I don't forgive myself. I can't do that. And even if you're not technically being mean to yourself, you're still preventing yourself from moving into this growth and this creative abundance and this flow because you think you need to suffer. But even if you're making yourself suffer rather than making somebody else suffer, you're still keeping that energy of suffering in the cycle of life. Like, you are perpetuating that same energy. So it's time for you to transmute it. It's time for you to say, I am sick of being the victim of my own journey. And I don't want to use the word victim. I don't think you think you're a victim because you were the one that perpetuated this, but ultimately you are turning yourself into a martyr. You are turning yourself into a martyr when you can turn yourself into this loving embodiment of, yeah, I fucked up in the past. And guess what? Pulled myself up by the bootstraps, forgave myself, allowed myself the opportunity to feel love again, to feel joy again, to be playful again. Because ultimately, you do deserve this. No matter what you are telling yourself, no matter how bad of a thing you did to the other that made you stuck in this cycle of, no, I don't deserve this playfulness, I don't deserve this joy, you deserve it. Because guess what? Being a human is experiencing, it's growing, it's learning, it's forgiveness, it's love, it's growth, it's abundance, it's everything. And you've been like, if we look at it like a scale, or let's say it's a cycle, it's a circle. If on the upper horizon, it's everything light and bright and fun, and on the lower horizon, it is that unconscious, it's that depth, it's that guilt, it's everything we don't want to feel. You've been down here for too long. And it's like, you are just like, the sun wants to rise. Like, if this is the breakthrough here of like going from the lower horizon to the upper horizon, you are right here. And you're like, oh, but do I deserve to have the sun come up tomorrow? Yes, Pisces. Yes, you do. You deserve it. So it's about reprogramming your unconscious side to believe you deserve it, to know you deserve it. You have suffered enough at your own hand. And it's like, take yourself out of this prison that you've created for yourself and find that creativity, find that expression, find that playfulness, find that, oh my God. And the first card is breakthrough. The first card is breakthrough. Breakthrough. Allow the sun to rise on your own life. Allow it to happen. Have the courage to happen. And then guess what? Once you break through that, and again, I'm going to pull up, I love how the symbolism just unfolds. The sun is rising here. This is dawn. And after the two, what did I say earlier, comes the three when you're ready to step out. Here you're observing, but then once that sun's up, you're ready to step out. You are literally at the precipice of that sunrise. You're at the precipice of it. It's just time for you to believe that you deserve it. It's time. This was a very long one, but very, very impactful. Holy moly, Pisces. But of course, with all of that said, this was a general reading, so it's possible not everything will resonate for you. If that is the case, you can check out my website linked in the description below. You can book with me there for personal tarot readings. We have astrology, we have human design, and I've been slow with it, but numerology is coming soon. I'm going to work on it right after I record this. So keep a lookout for that if you are interested. And if you did like this reading at all, leave me a like and leave me a comment and let me know how it resonated. And of course, we do this every single month for all of the signs. So if you're interested in getting your forecast for the month ahead according to the tarot cards, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you guys here in the future. Oh, Pisces, these last few months have been so focused on healing for you. And it's time. It's time to stop being the martyr and it's time to step into your divine birthright of joy and abundance. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive yourself. Oh, I love you guys. You deserve it.